What up, Jay?
This is a testament of how putting in the work. We had you the trap phone. Check. Today's show is being brought by Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Today is the 25th of May, 2018. Got an amazing show for you today. Got some super duper cool people coming to hang out with us today on a Friday. Sean's still working these cameras. He's been in here for 27 minutes.
You've been trying to figure it out.
Hey, Sean coming by today. Once
yes,
he gets
sir.
all his cameras.
Sean J.
We're going to make him
a
a camera person at the studio. Look at him over there. And he got on the suit today. It's Memorial Day ready. That's what I'm talking about. He's got a bunch of books to talk about. Got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about with my man Sean Jones. Sean J. Harris is in the building with us today. Also Skye Jones. That's where I got the Jones from. I knew there was a Jones.
Well, to say it's not Chipper.
From somewhere. Larry. And y'all know it is the Balling for Lupus basketball game. Talley is going to drop by. Miss Instagram herself. I'll never forget. I called her out. I said, you're going to be Instagram famous. And guess what? She's Instagram famous. 70,000 or something like that. You talk about going viral.
That's pretty intense.
And she's 90 years old, believe it or not.
No, she's not.
She's close.
She is not.
What up, Lefty? Hey, we got your birthdays and shout outs today. Sean is just making himself at home today.
Yeah.
They just spread the books out. That's what I'm talking about.
About to say,
come
look,
prepared.
When you come twice, you kind of just do your own thing.
Be prepared. They're going to get in, get you out. That's how they do over here. Hey, but we got your birthdays and shout outs today. A little this or that. Bunch of stories to talk about today. Bunch of people to talk about today because it's Friday. And you got a 3-day weekend. We're going to remind y'all why y'all are off. Some of y'all are off on Monday because it's Memorial Day. But do you know why we celebrate Memorial Day? Don't forget that part.
Amen.
Y'all should be barbecuing and all that good stuff. What up, Cyrus? And also got to say shout out to Super Dave of 4D Apparel. He brought you a gift. I ain't going to tell Dave what that gift was a second ago.
It's going to say, well, why you always got to bring up something negative?
That's what it's all about.
No, actually, it's called hate.
Michael Joy in the morning, Power 108.9. If you are, what was I about to say?
I don't know.
Totally forgot. We got a message on the phone too. I wonder who that is. Somebody downstairs. From
somebody
Tuesday.
saying that we didn't put it down yet.
I'm downstairs. Just don't play that message live then.
Let's go.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning, Power 108.9. Wake up!
Let go. Sean over here, you got your stuff together, right?
Mr. William Randall.
I
love calling you William. That's funny. What up, Lefty? What up, David? Hey, Miss Latasha. You need something to drink? No, I'm good.
Shout out to Dave at 4D Apparel. Beyond is Michael and Joy. Whoop, whoop.
This is Michael McFadden of Michael and Joy in the morning. Don't
I'm about to say, yeah, so about that.
7 a.m. tonight. Check it out down there. Wake up.
Sean like, well, now that you see that, I'm going to just be quiet.
He ain't moving no
like
more.
that, right. Until you tell me for sure. It's okay. Well, at least he takes good instruction.
What's the word, man?
Air Force man.
Oh, okay. Michael was in the military.
Hey, Gentry.
Allowing users to stream and record hands-free on multiple apps simultaneously. And it's lightweight and portable. For more information or to purchase your joystick today, visit our website at www.joystick.com.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Hanging out with us today. We back. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Like I said, got an awesome show for you today. Skye Jones is going to be in the building hanging out with us today, founder of Skye Precious Kids. And I mentioned that Sean J. Harris is in the building. He is back.
Whoop, whoop.
United States Armed Forces, Air Force to be more specific. Love hollering at my vets. He's got a couple projects that we're talking about today, and he brought us some buttons in today.
Yeah.
Now, if I wore a suit, I could put like one of the buttons on my lapel, but I'm not a suit guy.
Yeah, I know. But you actually can put a button on anything.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, look, it be looking cool when it's on the lapel.
Oh, I don't
like
know.
if it's on the lapel of his jacket right there. But we're gonna talk about his books. Like he's got several books out.
Shout out to kidpreneurs. That's exactly what these are. Shout out to Miss Kennedy, and shout out to DaddyDidYouKnow.com. Bam.
Hey, this morning I was on Facebook this morning, and as you know, Zuckerberg is forever changing Facebook. There is this new feature on Facebook, and it's called 360. So the cool part about it is, like most time when you take a 360-degree picture, this is like a picture. And you just look at it and it's just 360. But now, what he's done, once you take the 360 picture, the person looking at the picture can actually move, and the picture moves with you. So if you turn in a 360-degree angle, bam, Zuckerberg got you right there. Boy, that guy is the NSA. I'm telling you, they
I was gonna say,
doing
be
it all.
careful though. Be careful though. Be careful what you do with 360 photos with.
Yeah,
Just say,
we can see all of your bathroom products.
I was gonna say that's not it.
Oh, what you talking about?
I don't know. Just sometimes people just take photos of random stuff, and the next thing you know, you see your kids tied up in the back. Just joking.
You can move the curve. Oh man, this is super duper cool.
Yeah, you
I'm
know,
super
the
duper
technology of 360 cameras now is flourishing. You see, you know, when the Mevo came out, that was kind of when the 360 camera came out as well too. So it's good for videographers, photographers. Say for example, I'm at an event and I want to record like behind the scenes footage, like during the reception. You know, when they're dancing and having a good time or whatever, you can set up a 360 camera, and then people can actually move the footage around so you can kind of see what's in that corner. So, you know, grandma better be nice. Make sure she ain't in the corner messing with little Bobby.
So shout out to them. I also saw a meme this morning. That meme said, "Yeah, my partner just finished the book on how to get this money, but he needs the money to publish it." And then somebody commented on the bottom, "How about he read his own book?"
Right. Hello.
Be careful what you post on social media. Hey, I heard the word last night. 45 tweeted me last night or texted me last night. He said that he will not meet with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un next month for what would have been a historic diplomatic summit. He announced in a letter to Kim released by the White House on Thursday morning. He said, "I was very much looking forward to being there with you, but sadly, based on the tremendous anger and open hostility displayed in your most recent statement, I feel it inappropriate at this time to have this long-planned meeting," 45 wrote. He said, "Therefore, please let this letter serve to represent that the Singapore summit for the good of both parties, but to the detriment of the world, will not take place." So somebody got nervous.
So in other words, what's not going to happen is they're not going to get together and they're not going to meet. Did you honestly think that they were?
I thought, knowing 45 is a drama queen, and he loves the media. Like I can see 45 putting this meeting together, being broadcast on NBC or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a nice homage to getting more ratings. That would have been cool.
Good bait and switch. Yeah, it's gonna happen, and then just kidding. Fake
We
news.
were joking. It was mine.
Fake news.
Did you say fake news?
I did.
Fake news.
Fake news. Fake news.
So that's super duper cool.
So in other words, maybe not.
Why not? Like for what? Like what do you mean do for? Like what's the purpose? I just thought it was for ratings anyway. So that's all good.
Well, you know, shout out to you're fired.
Now,
that's what he used to say. Right?
The what was it? The Apprentice. That was a good show.
No, I didn't say it wasn't a good show.
No, I'm saying
I
it was
just
a
saying,
good
but
show.
that's what he said, right?
Yeah.
You're fired.
That was a good show, especially if you watched the first two first 2 seasons. After that, everything started getting kind of corny because everybody was
Super messy.
planning to. They was trying to get their 15 minutes of fame and see how they could strategically become famous through the show and not really focusing on the task at hand. But if you listen to 45, giving some of those business advice, because he's a marketing, he knows how to sell himself. Yeah. He does a great job at that. But it was a good show. I got some good information.
I was gonna say, well, shout out to 45 and his show. Maybe we'll go back on Netflix and watch some of it.
On Netflix?
Yeah, you know, you can watch. You can watch old TV shows on Netflix.
Speaking of old TV shows, I had to cancel I had to check my date on my Sling TV account because you know they give you that 7 days.
Sling TV.
Free TV.
Oh.
I've been through them all. I've been through Hulu. I've been through YouTube TV. I am currently on Sling. I've been doing 7-day free memberships.
Okay.
Make sure they don't catch.
So are there like how many weeks? 52 different.
I wish there were.
So that you could get a free week.
It took me a minute to find Sling. I thought I was out after I did Hulu. I tried to do Apple, but you got to buy some kind of component to go. I was like,
TV.
nah, I'm not gonna do that one.
Apple TV is actually very, very cool because then you just download the apps that you want, and if someone has cable, for example, me, if I was to give you my password to HBO, then you can watch HBO without having to pay for it. But I'm not giving you my password.
So since we got it now. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk to Mr. Sean J. Harris, see what he has going on. Also, Bo Talley is gonna be in the building with us today, and Skye Jones will be hanging out with us. Hey, when we come back, I'm gonna tell you about Memorial Day and what that really means.
What it really means.
MichaelEnjoy.com.
For real. Like what it really means.
Somebody downstairs, Joe?
No, they hung up, man.
What up, Janks? What up, OP? What up? What's the word? Hey, Cynthia, good morning. Yes, she's the queen. Who's the queen? Sorry? Hey, Melody. What's up, one more beat? Ginger Weeks. That's what hey. I'm saying hey now.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. You can go ahead and probably and go live now, sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to send you the link to the YouTube page as well too,
Okay.
so you'll be able to have that.
Good.
Sean, do me a favor. You see that piece of paper all the way over there? You be trying to hold out on me. What up? Hey! Hey, Posh Life. Hey, Jazz. How are you? Jazzy Blaz. How are you? How's Edward? What up, LaShonda? Hey, Historia Threads. Hey, Porter. John Amos. Good morning. National Heat Awareness Day. Random day like that. Michael, enjoy the morning. Is this Guy?
Younger butterfly. Hey,
Oh,
Kim.
well, where are you, Bo?
Good morning.
Okay, so just come through the door and walk to the elevator and we'll come get you. Okay, alright, cool. Bam. Is that
Got 4
coming?
minutes.
Huh? You said no?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. Well, hey! Hey, Clock Products! Hey, Kennedy! Say hi to your dad! Hey! We're in here, we's ready. I got my pins on. Bam. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's talk to me. Michael. Hey Tony, hey Brandon, happy birthday. Cause it's your birthday. Hi Cynthia, hi Tara. That's your people. Hey Tasha, hi Camille. Hey Tamika, hey Cyrus. Happy birthday, Candice.
Well, we'll put you
Hey
right
Bo, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, dear?
I'm doing good.
Good morning. Good morning.
Likewise, likewise. It's
there.
gonna
Fred,
say
that's
it.
Sean, Fred.
You put me right
Bo
here,
Talley.
right here.
Hey, Fred, how you doing?
Pleasure
And
to
if
meet
you
you.
wanna go,
Hi.
How you doing?
just you can put your
Yeah,
phone.
quiet.
Okay.
Fred, you grab one of them seats back there, bro.
You want to sit over here? Right over there. Get Joy and Michael moving on up. Hey,
That chip.
I can't even be mad.
Get out of everybody's way. Make sure your phone's off there.
It's
Tell her,
on.
Fred.
It's on
That's how we
vibrate.
doing.
Tell her, Fred.
That's like
So-
practice, that's $200 fine.
That's right. Probably start doing. There you go. Hey, Pat, good morning. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hey, wonder why you got a long weekend this weekend? Memorial Day. But I'll tell you why we celebrate that day and honor that day, Memorial Day. Also, Bo Talley gonna be in the building with us today.
Yay.
Baller for Lupus is coming up very, very soon. Can't believe I think it's the fourth one, Joy? Fourth or
It's
fifth? Yes, the
damn.
fifth one.
Come
Shout out
true,
to Bo.
5.
I remember the first one. Remember that first one? I almost suited up and played in that game.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that they would have really appreciated that.
Also, Skye Jones is going to be hanging out with us today. And, of course, Mr. Sean J. Harris is back. What up, Sean?
Hi,
Hey,
Sean.
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
So we have about, every year, we probably have about 1,500 guests on the show.
Okay.
I remember every last one of them. That
You
sound-
already
didn't
know.
even believe
You
it,
already
did
know
you?
better than that, don't you, Sean?
I do.
Well, since today is the 25th of May, 2018, we welcome you back. And guess what happened on this day?
On this day in 1983, the Return of Jedi opened nationwide. It set a new record in opening day box office sales. The gross was $6 million.
Well,
You
shout
know,
out to that. Today's
change.
Solo comes out today, too. Are you a big Star Wars fan at all?
I think I pretty much stopped there for the Return of the Jedi.
Okay, after that one.
wow.
1992. But yeah, that new one is coming out today. So I think I want to go see it. Childish Gambino is
Oh,
in it.
yeah, no,
Well,
it's
let me rephrase that. Donald Glover is in
It's
it.
definitely going to be good.
So shout out to him. Sean is back. Sean, you are a former NCO. When you put in your bio, non-commissioned officer, that we called them NCOs back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah, how many years did you serve?
4.
4? And did you enjoy your time in the military?
I
brother?
did, and I thoroughly did. Had a background in aeronautics and aerospace
Oh,
propulsion.
wow.
Oh, wow.
You had a good ASVAB score.
Somewhat.
Trying to be modest.
You had a good one. That's the equivalent of having an awesome SAT score. You pretty much do what you want to do in the military.
For the most part.
Yeah. Why the military? Why did you choose to go into the military?
Well, Mike, growing up, I had the proverbial talk that most kids get. You got your 3 choices before you graduate. Either you're going to go to college, you'll get a job, or go to the military.
There you go.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go to school any longer than the 12 years already went at that particular time, and I didn't want to get a job because I didn't like being told what to do. So I decided to go to the military, and they still told me what to do.
I'm about to say, they must have forgot to tell you about that part.
They skipped the boot camp part. Huh?
Yeah, they did.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for your service, man.
Congratulations.
We
Yes.
really
Thank you as well.
appreciate that. And look at you now, author. Your daughter. I think we had your daughter was on
Yeah,
the show
shout
with
out
us
to
before.
Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And you
and
do
her
amazing
K-Lock.
things. And today we're talking about the newest book, Leaning Forward Towards Success. Tell us
Yes.
about that book.
Well, Mike, you know how a lot of times people are frustrated in their 9 to 5, Well, in my book, I show techniques on how to escape the rat race of the 9 to 5 that many people want to get out of. We also talk about how to properly manage your time as an entrepreneur, as well as increasing your net worth.
Time management
all of
is
it.
key.
Yeah.
I think when I first started out in the real estate profession, that was a thing, a misconception about being in the real estate industry, that you were your own boss.
Yeah.
So that means, if I don't want to get up and go into the office today, I really don't have to. But if you cannot manage your time, and I learned everything was an appointment.
Absolutely.
You had to make everything as an appointment on your calendar. Some of the best advice that you talk about as it pertains to time.
Well, one of the things I've always done, and I still do today, is I actually take an index card, and I cut it in half, and what I'll do is I'll write all of the assignments or appointments I have the following day, the night before. Then I'll go back and I prioritize them, and I'll write number 1, number 2, number 3 accordingly to each activity, and then beside that, I'll actually write the time that activity is to start, and then what time it's expected to end. So if I have to be at the bank at 9:05, I want to be out by 9:12. I need to be at the post office at 9:15, which is right across the street. And pretty much like in the military, hurry up and wait. So I get everything done before noon, and I just kind of kick back the rest of the day.
And that's what I was going to ask you.
I like that
was
type
it
of schedule.
was it that structure? Was it that military structure that got you at least to that point?
Yes, it was, and I also had a great upbringing by my parents. We didn't waste too much time. As kids, we kind of still had structure then. We went outside and played all day Saturdays, had homework assignments, and I remember growing up, we actually had family meetings on Sundays. And I think that's a good idea for a lot of people too. That helps manage your time and just manage the budget of the whole house.
Can you just break down what the family meeting in detail just a little bit?
Sure. I was very little when I remember started, and pretty much mom and dad, they just talked about just the general activities going on in the household that week, whether it's just finances, whether we're going on a trip, or whether just the dynamics of the household, so that we can kind of be in the loop. And it also was a great opportunity to be able to have the family come together, just to have regular communication, because so often times we don't have communication that we need, and that's just a good way to know each other in the family, know what's going on with the children. Unlike today, where we got a lot of problems with the kids, it's because there's a lack of communication there.
Yeah.
Now, your family, you come from a family of entrepreneurs. For those that don't know, that your family was the first African American family to own a hotel.
Yes, one of the first.
One of the first down in the Auburn area, Auburn Avenue district, huh?
Yes.
And that's why they structured y'all together.
Yeah.
Sean, you was on housekeeping today, Sean. You was gonna be popping these sheets today in this room, but tell us about that, man.
Corners too.
That was actually my great uncle had a hotel called Sanford Arms Hotel, and I was right in the area near where the municipal market, or if you're coming where it's located. And I remember my dad told me as a kid, he would just see a lot of the entertainers, Patti LaBelle, Sam Cooke, all these people just in the hallway, and he was just a kid, and him and my uncle and aunt would just kind of up and down the hallway and see all these celebrities, not knowing who they really were or where they would ultimately become.
Wow.
So that was a start, and also that same uncle and aunt also owned one of the first black-owned taxi companies in Atlanta as well.
Yeah, so you don't really have to ask yourself too tough where that entrepreneurial spirit kind of came from, because you saw it growing up.
Right.
Do you feel like that pushes you more towards wanting to be an entrepreneur, or more towards a 9 to 5er?
More towards entrepreneurial. The most important thing to me is time.
Yeah.
And because one thing, we can make money, we can remake money, but we can't remanufacture time.
Right.
So that
Once
was
you
always
lose it, it's
important.
gone.
It's gone forever.
That's a wrap. Hey, author Sean J. Harris is in the building with us today. He is hanging out with us today, and a lot of you guys will be celebrating Memorial Day, but the reason why we celebrate Memorial Day, some people get Veterans Day and Memorial Day mixed up. Memorial Day is the day in which those who died in active military service are remembered. Traditionally observed on May 30th, but now officially observed on the last Monday in May. So this Monday, when you are off your 9 to 5, they gave you the day off. They didn't just do it for GP, they did it for a reason. They did it for those who died while actively serving in our U.S. military. So salute to all of the family members that have lost loved ones during their time in service, and we salute you.
Amen.
But we're going to get this grill popping, though, in your honor. When we come back,
About
Bo Talley is in the building. We get ready to see how she stays so fine and sexy at 80 years old, ladies and gentlemen. She's 80 years old.
Hot and
And
mess.
her husband is only 24. That's what I'm talking about. Cougar. Wow.
And that might be out.
It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com.
A mess.
24.
24. Look at Fred. Fred, man, how did Fred is so wrong, man.
I know, right? I was like, you gonna love this surprise. I said, you gonna be happy to see Fred over me.
I always ask about how you doing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Sometimes I wake up in the morning and watch y'all when I can. Like if I wake up,
Oh no, we
I'm
see
like-
you pop in.
Yeah.
I'm laying in the bed like.
That little timer go off. There they go. 7 a.m. I know. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to be doing something.
Right?
My homeboy was just like, if I'm not in the car when you go off, I'm gonna be late to work.
Right.
I was like, well,
Seriously.
that's pretty good too.
Yeah, I have to keep up with y'all in Dallas because it's weird. Like
What
in Dallas,
what?
you don't get no other news, but Dallas news.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on
So
nowhere
worldwide.
unless it's CNN. It's weird. But here,
Go
I
to
would
michaelandjoy.com to get all the information for Bo Talley.
Y'all bump into Griff out there
Lupus
anytime?
Loves.
Say
It
again?
is
You
this
bump into
weekend,
Griff out there
Sunday at
anytime?
Riverside
he came
Epicenter.
to one of Fred's games.
The
Oh, he did?
website
Seen him one time.
ballandforlupuslove.com for more ticket information.
Sean, I got you, Sean. I'm gonna make sure you're all right, brother.
It's no point on the end, so you ain't really gotta worry about whether or not you're gonna get like that. Like, you know.
How do you go live after you made a
Oh.
how do you type that? Oh, there. Okay, girl. Oh my God. I am not the one with all this.
I got your back. Hey Kim.
Girl is not her for all of this. Look, but you got the contraption for show.
Yeah, I got you.
I see.
Hey Kim. Hey Ivan. Hey Helen.
Look at her joystick. You can put all your contraptions on it.
Yeah, you can add more. It comes with just a tablet piece of the phone clamp, and then you can add more to it. So like how this one is down here, it comes with that phone clamp and then this tablet piece, but then you can add as many you need for wherever you need. Hey Helen.
Good morning, guys.
What up, Travis?
I am on
What
the
up,
Michael
boy?
and Joy show. Y'all know I've been on it before. I talk about them all the time. Support. That's Joy.
Whoops.
I got it. Sit down.
Whoops.
Hey,
I
time to
talk
wake
about
up.
Facebook and my Instagram.
What's that? Your alarm?
If I hit snooze.
It sounded like an alarm
That's
too.
Michael.
You actually wake up to that?
Good
Man, that's intense.
I don't know if I hit
That's my
snooze
husband
or
in the
not.
bed.
I can't have waterfall
Y'all see
with
y'all
eggs.
shirt?
Yeah, right. It'll make you go
It
back
says
to
I love my
sleep.
wife.
Yeah.
Good morning. Hey, family. Good morning, guys.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com. Sean J. Harris is in the building today with us. We're going to talk about his new book, Leaning Forward Towards Success, Time Management, all that good stuff. And then he got 9 other books over there on the counter that we're
I'm about
going
to
to
say,
talk
oh,
about today.
look at that one with your daughter. I'm excited about that photo. Shout out to Joy.
Somebody already flirting with Joy. See,
Yeah.
I need y'all to sit down.
That is the
I was
voice
like,
of
and then there's
the
Bo.
one and only Miss Bo Talley. Is in the building. Hey, Bo. Slide that microphone up for you. Yeah, there you go, Bo.
Hi,
Good
hi,
morning, Bo.
Good morning. Good
Man, we
morning.
appreciate y'all flying all the way in from Dallas just to do the show today. I appreciate it.
Ah, you
Wow,
know,
we
only for
drove,
y'all.
man.
Let's get our stories together. We drove.
Well, look, we appreciate that too.
Bo Talley is back on for Lupus. It is going down this weekend. The event is
Yes.
going. When this Sunday, right?
This Sunday,
Okay.
at the Riverside Epicenter at 3:30. The game will start at 3:30. On time, be on time, please.
On
Yeah,
time,
please be
on
on
time.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what? Last year, funny story. Last year, do you know who I gave my +1 to?
Who?
Michael Cooper. LA Laker Michael Cooper.
He was already invited.
Well, no, one of his partners, he had an extra partner
he had
there.
extra-
Yeah,
oh,
and he
okay,
was like,
okay.
my friend can't get in. I was like, cool. You better be glad I was a Laker fan back in the day, because
Yeah.
if not, then it would have been different. But
Yeah, we love Mike.
I was just honored, like, I get to give Michael Cooper my +1. That is super duper cool.
Michael Freedom freeloading. I'm joking.
Yeah, we freeloading.
Nah,
But,
sorry. That's
partner
cool.
now.
That's what's up.
The 5th annual, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, I cannot believe it.
Me either.
For
5
us
years.
and our friendship started, like, we can go back to Platinum Mics and ATL
It's been a
Live.
minute.
Yeah,
It's
with
been
Van
over 5
Gaither and
years.
all those guys.
Uh-huh.
I remember, like, one of the first pictures. I'm gonna find that picture today, Bo.
I wish you would.
You and Van Gaither took a picture at ATL Live. I
Yes, we
still
did.
got it.
You do? I want to see that. You
Okay.
gotta do a flat. What is it? Throwback
Throwback
Thursday.
I got you.
Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday. I'm
That'll
doing it
be
just for
perfect.
you today.
Cool, cool.
But what I do remember too is like when we really connected was at Michael Keefe's Lupus event. We did that Lupus event, and
But I met you prior, before, with my artist, Oh So Crispy.
Oh, so crispy, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, and you were hosting at this little small joint that's popular,
Uh-huh.
has the best acoustic sound
Yeah.
in Georgia. I can't think of it. It
Yeah.
sits right on the corner.
It sits right on the corner.
Oh,
Oh, Smith's
Smith's
Bar.
Bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's where it was. That was the
Jinx.
first time.
Uh-huh.
Personal Jinx, I'll go get me a
Uh-huh.
drink. Is that
I
you
thought you
or Bo?
pinched somebody. Jinx, Jinx.
That guy?
Oh.
Oh, my bad.
Something,
Sorry.
child.
I
I thought you had to pinch someone. We used to pinch them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I'm over here.
I was gonna say, me too.
Bo got that pitch hand, boy.
And
Look at
them
Fred.
nails.
Look
I
at
got
Fred.
5 children. I was quick to
Yeah.
get your butt down.
Now, before we talk about the Lupus event, I saw the shirts when we got in the elevator. I thought we were stuck in the elevator for a minute there. But I love my husband, and Fred is rocking one that says, I love my wife. Tell us about
I
that.
love that.
Oh my God, we bought these at this store in Dallas, and it's this new Christian store, and we walked in, it was beautiful, all the sayings and everything. So we decided to buy them. We just fell in love with these two. So.
Oh, I was about to say, y'all got a podcast about to come out with some tips on how they make it work.
No,
They-
it was just cute shirts. And,
Yeah.
you know, we don't really dress alike, so I was like, let's go for it.
Let's try something new because I can tell you who do dress alike.
Hey, right.
There they go.
Oh,
Right
y'all
there.
do? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
not no
Cute,
more.
though.
In the 90s we did, but
But I think you should coordinate. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, play off of each other.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
what-
love doing that with Fred.
Uh-huh.
I do. I think that's cute.
Y'all might
Like,
wear the same color,
Right.
but not necessarily
who's
down
notorious
to
for
the
that
plaid.
too
The
is
plaid.
Bill and Jada.
yeah.
Yeah,
And so I love their style. It's not exactly the same colors, but they're, you know,
but they complement each other.
that's the word.
There
It
you go.
looks great. I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
And Latasha told me to tell y'all, hey, she's
Hey,
on.
Tasha, I love you,
Live.
girls. Been forever.
Yeah, Ballin' for Lupus. Tell us about Ballin' for Lupus and how you got involved with lupus, to be more specific.
Okay, Ballin' for Lupus came about because of family members. My aunt passed away from lupus when I was 3 or 4 years old. And her daughter, years later, after she passed, of course, was diagnosed with lupus. Now, we didn't know, I did not know my aunt had passed from lupus until her daughter was diagnosed with lupus.
Oh wow.
My grandmother and them, they never talked about that stuff. Back in those times, those type of ailments, and then lupus and sickle cell, people don't know. People thought that was related to AIDS and HIV, so no one really talked about lupus because it's an autoimmune disease where it affects every organ of the body. So you really don't know how you get it, where it comes from. There's no cure for this. So people never really talked about it. But when the daughter was diagnosed with it, that's when the family started talking about that's what her mom passed from. And so because of that, and other people, just me being on the streets and just random people coming up to me, talking to me about lupus, I said, God, you talking to me. You know, and at first I was scared of it, like, I don't know what is going on. I could just be sitting down, minding my business, and someone would come up to me and say something about lupus. It happened so much that it scared me for a minute. So I said, okay, what am I supposed to do? So then I talked to my husband one day and I said, listen, I want to do something for lupus. And he asked me why, and I went on to tell him. I said, I got to think of the most creative way to do this thing, that where I can bring the awareness that I need to bring the best way I know how to bring it in a fun way. And him being a professional coach for women in the WNBA, I thought, heck, I'm first lady of WNBA.
Right.
1 + 1. Right.
Let me go on and do an all-female celebrity basketball game. And no one had ever done one before, never been to one where it was all females playing in a charity basketball game. So it just happened. By the grace of God, he let me solicit these people. These people said yes, and here we are 5 years,
5 years later.
later.
Cannot
Wow,
believe it.
congratulations.
And now you talk about 5 years later, now the impact that you have had on America since you came up with the basketball game. All the people that come to the game now, I'm sure that when you're out doing your thing, your charity work, when you're out at basketball game, wherever you are, people are asking you about lupus because you're bringing awareness.
Yeah.
They do. I get asked about lupus all the time, all over the world, no matter where I'm traveling, and then I'm like shocked. I didn't even know you knew. I didn't even know you knew. But people are watching and people are listening and paying attention to their bodies, and I love that because I've had countless people come up to me and say, until I met you, I didn't know what lupus was. Until I came to your charity event, I didn't even know. Now I found out my cousin passed from lupus. I have found out my aunt has it now. I mean, the stories can go on and on and on. Just the impact that this event has made and it's brought so much awareness to everybody.
And that's what I was gonna say, the awareness, because you want to be so quiet about stuff, just like you said, no one knew, no one was having that conversation, you can't fix something if you don't know what's going on. So the fact that you are bringing the awareness is just amazing. Super, super excited about 5 years.
5 years. Michael, you've been there for the long time.
Yeah, I've been to every last one of them, and I'm honored to have been there. And before we go to commercials, I want to hit you with this from a spiritual perspective, how things worked out, because a lot of times we sit and think about, okay, what are we going to do? What's our platform? What's our foundation? What cause are we going to chase? Lupus kind of found you, and when we were at that event, and I called you out about your Instagram back in the day.
Yes, you did.
We did the event with Griff. We were with Griff, and little Jacques was there. It was at Michael Keefe event, and I mentioned about your Instagram, and then all of a sudden that Instagram popped. Was it about 6 years ago or so?
Yeah, it's
that
been a minute.
Instagram popped, and then now it was perfect timing because you had the WNBA aspect, you had a cause that you were fighting, and then your social media just got crazy, and you had the perfect platform. It was the perfect storm.
And you were definitely the perfect
it really
person.
Was. It really was, and it's and like you said, I don't know what God was thinking, but He chose me, and we're always fearful of the things like our purpose in life, because we're afraid that if we do what we really want to do, people are not going to accept us because we're not doing what they want us to do.
Exactly.
And I think I was scared of that for a minute, and that's why it took me like, I don't know. But then I just said, all right, God, you got it. Let's do this thing. And it's just been wonderful. And I didn't realize it popped off the way you said it until just now, but that's exactly how it happened.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Talley. Sean J. Harris is in the building with us today.
Yes, sir.
And, man, I had something funny to say.
BallingForLupusLoves.com is the website to get more information about ticket sales. I know I clearly know that wasn't it.
You always got something funny.
I'm going to get it.
You going to come with something.
Somebody enjoy the board at MikeLaJoy.com. We'll be right back.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, I didn't
Balling
even
for
realize
Lupus
it popped off that way, but
Loves.
it really did pop off that way.
It did. It was just like a perfect storm.
Uh-huh.
And then next thing you know, we're doing the event.
Now here we are.
Here we
I'm
are.
excited.
Be out.
Joy, you hadn't even been to one yet.
Well, I'm always out of
I
town.
know.
Yes.
All the time.
I was like, yeah, because I'm leaving to go out of town this week.
I'm done with you.
I'm sorry.
I'll be there, Bo.
Okay.
Like, Michael
I ain't
be
giving
there
up my
spirit.
plus one to Michael Cooper. Coop, I hope you got a ticket for your partner this time.
I don't even think Coop gonna be there.
I was going to say, somebody might ask.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like,
He's in
hey.
California right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but a few of the Atlanta Dream will be there, so I'm excited. They come every year. Yeah.
I know Raindrop will be there, right?
Yeah, she's playing.
How's Also Crispy doing?
It's so funny. Like I got back in contact with her like maybe a year ago.
Okay.
It was weird, just random Instagram or something.
Okay.
And I guess she's okay. We
Okay.
don't have any conversations.
Okay.
So I'm sure she's great. She's an amazing young lady.
She gonna be alright.
She gonna be alright. Ain't that a song?
Yeah. Yep.
She gonna be alright.
It's interesting because my CAD designer and my best friend from high school has been having an issue with his immune system attacking itself, but he wasn't diagnosed with lupus. It was something else, but for 5 years, they had no clue what it was.
Yeah, I met a girl, a woman who sits by me at First Names Games in Dallas, and I was telling her what I was doing. She was saying the same thing. The story she was saying that they didn't diagnose her with lupus, but they kept thinking that
It was what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so he had got sick, and then his body shut down, and he just said that all of a sudden, like that just sparked everything. It's like similar to like when your electricity goes out in your house, and you in there trying to like at the circuit breaker. you know, trying to put stuff back on, and not everything cuts back on at the same exact time.
What did they say he had?
I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it, but they've given him some medicine to take, but it's not necessarily really helping. So he just has good days and bad days.
That's what the lady was saying. She said those exact words. I have good days and bad days. But
it is so hard because you go from being this healthy person,
to
to all of a sudden
you just don't even know what's going on,
and you're having to rely on other people.
It's crazy.
Happy birthday, Uncle Nestor! Love you.
Happy birthday, Uncle Nestor.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
Whoop whoop.
MichaelandJoy.com. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. And that means that you're a year older today because your birthday is on the 25th of May.
Yes,
and here are some, somebody got a birthday. Here's some celebrities that share your sister's birthday. Talley. Happy birthday to Michael Myers. He turns 55 years old today.
Oh, the guy with the glasses.
Rashida and Kurt. Did not know they both share the same birthday.
Wow.
Rashida is allegedly 36 and Kurt is 49. So happy birthday
Allegedly,
to those guys.
how old?
36? Is that Rashida's probably about 36. I'm not gonna say she's older than that.
I didn't realize I was older than Rashida, but maybe that
Me
works.
either.
Yeah.
It was like, definitely didn't realize
We know
that.
you're 25, Bo.
I know.
Yeah. We
No, I'm
know.
sticking with that too.
Yeah,
Happy
We enjoy
25.
both 25.
Right, but Kurt
This is just hair color.
is 49. Also, Octavia Spencer, actress, Octavia Spencer, Academy Award winning Octavia Spencer,
yes.
turns 46 years old today.
Yes.
Also, gotta say happy birthday to Ali Resman. She is an Olympic gymnast, a gold medal winner, Olympic gymnast. Ali is 24 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to Daz Dillinger of the Dog Pound. He's 46 years old today. Happy birthday to actor and comedian Jamie Kennedy, who turns 48 years old today. Got a chance to meet Jamie Kennedy when we were out in LA, shouted at the Laugh Factory, I think it was. He was doing his thing at the Laugh Factory. He's 48 years old today. And gotta say happy birthday to Leslie Uggams. She is 75 years old today. And for those who do not know who Leslie Uggams is, do you know, Sean?
I don't.
You know. Oh, you don't
Sean was
know.
like looking like,
I was trying to Google
hope
it.
you don't ask me.
But what's gonna happen? But what's gonna happen as soon as I tell you, she's gonna be like, "Oh, she played Kizzy in Roots."
Oh.
Yes, Leslie Uggams is 75 years old
happy
today. So happy
birthday,
birthday to
Leslie.
Nobody
Leslie.
know her real name. We just know Kizzy.
Kizzy.
Happy birthday to a few of my partners. Happy birthday, Miss India, Brandon Lee Harness, Mr. John Hawkins, Jetaun Woodley, Tracie Huff Parker, and a few birthdays this weekend. Shout out to you, George Bradley, my uncle Brownlee, my uncle Ness, Candice Stevens, and Miss Elise Cerella.
And Talley had a
Hey, yo.
special birthday today.
Yes, shouts out to my baby sister, Janae Davis. Hey, turn up. I think she turned 25 today.
Oh, yeah, 25.
Wow. We all
I'm about to say, how
we were
y'all
triplets.
25 at the same time?
My mama had triplets.
I know that's
A quick shout out, my brother's birthday is today.
Oh, okay, it's Sean's birthday today. Shout him out, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sam.
There you go.
Happy birthday,
Hey, if you're
Shanann.
celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy at Power 108.9.
Hey, Ballin' for Lupus Loves is going down May 27th at the Riverside Epicenter, 135 Riverside Parkway. For tickets and more information, all you got to do is go to ballingforlupuslove.com to get your tickets. Talley is in the building.
Hey.
That Riverside Epic Center, that's a nice spot. I'm glad you brought it over there.
Yeah. We used to go to the high schools, and I did that because I wanted to help bring awareness there, but I also would give them our concessions so they can use that money for their sports or whatever they need. So we'd always partner and do it that way. But when we had the opportunity, when it came to us to go to the epicenter, I'd been to the facility before, but they gave me a grand tour. I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. And so we are working out like a contract now so we can just be there.
Every year?
Yeah, I love it. It's perfect. It's parking. It's just a beautiful facility. They have everything in there. I don't know what I know. They got a
I was
studio,
gonna say, you
Yeah,
could go
yeah.
bowling.
bowling.
You
They
can go to
have
the
it's
gym.
gorgeous, and the gym is perfect for what we do.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Amen.
great size.
Yeah, it's
Fifth annual, year one, when you did your first event, we were at, I think we were at Crim High School that first year.
No,
Well, was it Crim?
Ronald E. McNair High School.
Yeah, it used to be called Crim back in the day. Before
Was it?
ATL.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, Ronald E. McNair was Crim at first?
Was that's the one on Memorial, right?
No, Crim.
No, I know what you're talking
Crim
about.
is,
Yep,
Crim
you're
is
wrong.
Memorial and
It's on
the
that
other one is
corner.
Gresham.
Gresham, yeah, it was Gresham.
Yeah.
But that first year, we did the Michael Lupus event. Couple of days later, well, I'm exaggerating. A couple of months later, I get a call from my little sister
Right.
to find out that she had been diagnosed with lupus.
Mm-hmm.
And every day after I got that call from her, I would call her every day and say,
You
"How
alright?
you feeling?
Mm-hmm.
You okay? How you feeling?" And she was like, "Negro, stop asking me that."
He was getting on my nerves.
But you don't know. I mean, that's the hard part. Again, you know, like my homeboy, you go from being this healthy person to someone who, you know, possibly needs somebody to help you do the little things like get up or make breakfast. And so, you know what I mean? I would rather someone reach out to me and make sure that I'm okay every day and you get on my nerves than I need you and then the phone ain't ringing.
Right.
And then you guys connected, and she was one of the first honorees
Absolutely.
ever of the Baller for Lupus
Absolutely.
Awards. So we thank you for that.
Yeah, she's like my little sister now. We communicate all the time. Happy Mother's. I mean, whenever when I go to Washington,
Don't mention it.
Yeah.
we sending him pictures. He mad.
Right.
Because we get together. But I love her. You know, her and little man. He ain't little man no more.
No, he ain't.
Yeah,
He's grown.
Yeah, almost as tall as me now. But I love her to death. She's such an amazing young lady, and just to be who she is with lupus and just doing what she do and staying positive and
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
her for
You're the
that.
bomb. We love you.
Exactly.
She the bomb too.
Talk about some of the people, like when you select these beautiful women to be honored at halftime, because we do it at halftime to be honored. Talk about some of the spirits and some of the stories that you heard over the past 5 years.
The stories will make you cry. It's so, thinking about it now, I get teary-eyed. But we select these women from, well, in the past, the way we've done it is just people telling me who they know with lupus. We'll find out their story. They have to be advocates for it as well. The stories, all the stories are severe to me. But it's just the heart that they have for lupus and wanting to bring that awareness. That's how we go by picking those people. And we've had stories from some of the people that we've chosen to be honorees have lost fingertips, have completely lost their hair, has gotten cancer from lupus, you know, lost their homes, lost whatever. Like the stories are crazy. But again, just the advocacy for lupus is the reason why we choose a lot of these people. And we've even chosen honorees who have passed on. Naya Matthews, I don't know if y'all know who she is. Her father passed from lupus, and he was one of our honorees, but she found out that he was a huge advocate for lupus, and his story on how he passed was amazing too. So, but the stories are crazy. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on and on about it. Like,
So
women lost limbs.
Yeah.
The faces have become scarred, disfigured from lupus, just the coloration, just
Now,
everything.
when we bring it back around and talk about the fun aspect of it, I know honoring the women, but it gets emotional because,
Well, we
like I said,
honor
you're doing it
men
right
too.
there. And men, I'm
And
sorry, men too.
Yeah.
Talk about that game though, and how serious that game gets.
Man, let me tell you. These girls, you would think they are trying out for my husband's team.
Right there, they're
For the
auditioning.
WNBA.
You
practicing.
really would think they're trying out for the WNBA. But they play so hard for this awareness. I love it. It gets really intense to where I don't want them to start fighting, but they get in each other's faces.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm ripping around like with a chicken with a head cut off. I don't get to see everything. I get to hear the end of it.
Right.
Or I'll go back and watch and I'm like, oh my gosh, where they're about to fight. It's crazy. I'm hearing somebody else, security. I mean, they go really hard. They go
This
really
year
It's
we
the
hard.
got
passion that they
yeah.
have.
It's the passion.
This year we got Kiana Dunce is gonna be
Yes.
hanging out. Miss Deb, as always, is in
She's
the building
honorary
with us.
coach, honey.
Yeah.
She already threatened my life if she's not a part of this.
Latavia
True talk.
Robertson from Destiny's Child. Neffy will be in the building as
What?
well.
She's been there from day
Yeah, she has.
one. Her
Yeah, she
mother
has.
was one of our first celebrity coaches, Frankie. Keisha Cole's mom, I have to say it like that because that's how everyone knows.
Everybody knows.
But their sister is Neffy, and they had the BET reality show, Frankie and Neffy. but she's been supportive. She's never missed an event, even though she came in as celebrity player. 1 year she played, second year she did something with her knee, and she still came anyway. She's been every year. So I felt like this is perfect for her. She deserves to be one of the
Frankie will end up in the stands at some point of the game.
Yeah,
just FYI.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
And last year we had a surprise appearance by an NBAer. He was actually playing for our Atlanta Hawks at the time, but Dwight Howard came through the door last year.
He did. He was just supposed to come in, honestly, guys, because I got so much slack about this, because it's an all-female celebrity charity basketball game. Not saying that we don't incorporate men into this event. Only the coaches and the players can be female, okay? Everybody else can be male. So what happened was Dwight Howard comes in, and one of the coaches had to leave. So it was perfect. He sat on the purple bench, and the purple team needed an extra coach. Not really, but
right.
Oh my gosh. So he started coaching the game.
Yes, he did.
And it turned into some mess. But it was a fun mess. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he had so much fun that he's coming back again. Hopefully he's coming back. He said he was coming back again this year. So hopefully we'll see him on Sunday. But he had so much fun at that game, and everyone did. And I thought it added something extra to it. Memories, it did. I probably won't do another mail, not unless it just happened. But again, it brought so much fun, and everyone's still talking about it today, about how he showed up and showed out.
and I love how everything comes full circle, because when I'm at the game and I look at some of the celebrities that you've invited, some of your guests that you invited, all of them have come through the door of Michael and Joy at some point, whether as a guest or they bring their clients in to do interviews or whatever. They all come through this circle right here. So when we talk about that connection, it's about that connection. And definitely glad we connect. Fred over there, quiet boy. You know Fred.
I'm working.
I brought a surprise.
I'm about to say,
you brought a surprise.
He got his little notebook out. He back here making
Stay working. He probably is. Stay working.
Shout out to Coach Fred. I know. Yeah, we're gonna let him do his thing over there. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk about talk to Sean J. Harris. He's still in the building, hanging out with us today. And hey, check this out. Last September, there was a 15-year-old who tossed fireworks on a hot day in the forest and inadvertently set the forest on fire and burned about 48,000 of acres in Oregon. Now, he has learned the price that he must pay, and it's an incredible price, because the judge has sentenced this kid to pay a fine of $36,631,687.10. All of it, including the U.S. Forest fees that they're going to charge. Now, the attorney argued that the penalty amounts are cruel and unusual punishment. Well, but the judge in that case took a few days to assess things and decided, nah, the penalty is warranted. So the 15-year-old, once again, will have to repay $36,631,687.10. Call O.J. Simpson and see how he's working his civil suit with the Goldman.
See how much you got to pay a month.
Right. Can you put that on automatic debit for me?
Actually, don't.
Don't do that.
I was like, actually, don't put it on automatic debit, because the way my money is set up.
I'll call you. I'll call you with my call. This is my
15, Lord have mercy. See, he shouldn't have been in the forest no way with nothing that's going to do something like that.
I'm going to give some free tickets away for my event.
Okay.
Because people can't make it, they'll buy a ticket, and they'll allow me to give it away.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
okay.
So
That's cool.
I have 10 tickets to give away for free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got 10 tickets to give away for those who would like to attend.
5 of 2, Bo?
5 with a +2?
No, just 10.
Just 10 tickets, period.
Total.
Well, one person a ticket.
One person a ticket, okay.
Yeah,
So we'll give them away.
Yeah.
But
Hold
you
on,
have
is
to.
my ticket in there?
You
You're
have
on
to.
the VIP list,
Oh,
but
okay.
not even in
It's
that.
stipulations though.
Why did you even
I'm
ask
about to say that's 8 tickets.
Sorry, already on the list. I don't even know why you
Whoops, what had happened was,
Why you
But
even
it's
ask that question?
stipulations. You gotta like Michael and Joy. You have to
There
like
you go.
Power 1089
That's it.
and Talley on Instagram.
Yes.
So
there
don't
you go.
think we just giving nothing away for free. And donate something. Like
There
a
you
dollar,
go. There
you know,
you go.
$5.
Make a donation.
Make a donation to the cause,
You
Baller
can
for
give-
Lupus.
You can give it to me.
You can donate that ticket money.
You can give it to me.
Basically.
No, Michael. This ain't about you.
No.
I'm spending it at the concession stand.
What's that? That ain't got nothing to do with her now. She said at the high schools. At the epicenter, it's a little different. I'm about to say, trust and know, Bishop
Nothing
Runner.
at the epicenter for that amount of money.
Right.
Ronald like, nah, I need me, partner.
Right. The way my hair is set up.
You going to hell, Joy.
That's my
You
pastor.
going to hell.
That's my pastor.
Is it?
We went there for years. Yeah, I used to cheat on
Who?
EBC with
Okay,
him,
with him.
and then now that I'm out here, I go
Elizabeth
to
Baptist?
I go to Mount Perrin, but you know I do
Everybody
all three.
say that. I
Once
go
a
to
month.
that church. I go to that church. Everybody say it.
Well, Brenton went to the school
Okay.
for 3 years. That's where his daycare was in the school they went to. So yeah, no, we
I've never been to the church. Everyone says great things about
Oh
it.
yeah, no, it's definitely.
Ticket to the Ballin' for Lupus game, Joe.
Balling for Lupus, but it's stipulations.
Go to the website.
Hey, Sean Bailey,
You will love it, Taramus.
Taramus.
And giving 10 tickets away, however
10
they want to give them
tickets.
away, they can give them away.
Sean, what's this book? What you and Kennedy even put together?
That one
If
the
they
one
give
about,
y'all,
business
whoever
development,
contacts
key
you, just
business
like
owner.
Dallas.
Raising a kidpreneur.
he coach in Dallas.
Okay, that's what
Just,
I'm
Yeah, you know you used to be the
that
coach
is
here
a-
though.
Yeah.
Kid business.
For real.
Same as them
Yeah, you know they have a
Okay.
game Sunday.
But just the fact that it's
Right.
What's after y'all game?
Uh-huh.
We're
No,
going-
Saturday. I'm sorry, Saturday. I'm sorry.
Saturday.
They gave
shout
us
out to
before mine.
K-Lock.
Okay,
Saturday.
so there's a Saturday.
Aw.
Okay.
Yeah, their game is Saturday. They played the Dream on Saturday. And then my game is Sunday. I don't know why I said Sunday. Sunday's stuck in my head, y'all. Sunday is stuck.
Sunday.
Do not forget volunteer.
But they could just go to your website and get
Mhm.
all the information
Yes.
for all of them.
Volunteer
After
Lupus.
2004
I'm
publishing.
giving 10 tickets away.
K-Lock.
So you have to follow. Well, y'all already followed me. For those who ain't followed me, if you on here, I assume you followed me. If you watching me, you followed me. Where is the game at? It's at the Riverside Epicenter. It's in Austell, Georgia, but it ain't far from downtown, Chad. It's like it's Atlanta to me.
Right. Clearly.
Duluth is way further, and
Yeah.
I still consider that Atlanta. So it's the Riverside Epicenter, about 10-15 minutes from downtown. Probably not even 15, about 10 minutes from downtown.
It's a straight shot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right off the interstate too.
Riverside Epicenter. So you all can go to my Facebook, Instagram, website, and go to the bios or whatever, and you can purchase the ticket. It'll take you directly to the link.
Joy, knock them
Yeah,
national
I got
days
it.
out.
Shout out to K-Lock Raising a Kidpreneur.
We're gonna do that to, it's 2 minutes left before the top, so we'll do
I should
those
share.
and then reset at the top.
Okay, cool beans. Thank you.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Sean J. Harris is in the building. We're going to talk time management, personal training, changing one body at a time, leaning forward towards success. We're going to talk about being successful in entrepreneurship. Also, Bo
Amen.
Talley is in the building with us today. Balling for Lupus is going down this Sunday.
Ball.
And there's another game in ATL on Saturday. I'll tell you about that day. That's why Fred is in town too, not just because of the basketball game, but
I was
today,
gonna say,
the
love how that
25th
schedule worked
of
out.
May 2018.
Today is National Heat Awareness Day, observed each year on the last Friday in May, resulting in numerous fatalities each year. Heat exhaustion and dehydration due to heat are some of the leading weather-related killers in the United States. In 1980, heat wave claimed 1,250 lives. 1995, more than 700 lives in Chicago. It was the deadliest weather event in Chicago's history. And in August of 2003, record heat wave in Europe claimed an estimated 50,000 lives. That is ridiculous.
When it get
Drink
hot,
your water, stay in the house, find some shade, you know, like going to some of these baseball games, sitting out in the sun all day long, not drinking water, going to the bathroom, you know, you just never necessarily know. So please stay hydrated, you guys.
hey, if you thirsty, it's too
Take one
late.
of these bottles with you.
If you thirsty, no, don't take a bottle. It's all water we got. If you
Is
thirsty,
this my water?
Yes, it is your water. If you're thirsty, then you are already dehydrated.
But I will tell you yesterday though, boy, I
Yes,
got
I'm
me
dehydrated.
a good 40-minute nap in yesterday. Boy, I found me a tree.
Yeah,
in
you
the
told
back
me all
seat.
about that.
Man, turn that AC. I was cold by the time I finished my 40-minute nap.
Yeah.
But drink water, beat the heat. Remember that's what we used to say in the military. Drink water, beat the heat. Hey, when we come back, we're gonna talk with Mr. Sean J. Harris. Also, Bo Talley is in the building. And where's Skye? Is she still?
I was gonna say, who knows?
Oh, it's Mike joining.
Shout out to Skye Jones. I'm about to say, I don't know. I'm here with y'all.
Why does Skye Jones sound familiar?
I think she did some publicist work. Hey, Patrice.
She
Hey,
is,
Coach Oliver
She's the
Adams.
founder of Skye Precious
Kids, right.
Oh, no, not the same girl.
Okay.
Oh, dang. But her face did look familiar too when I saw her, but she looked like one of the PR girls that's come through here.
Oh, she does look very familiar. Yeah.
Remember the girl that brought the WAGs
Oh yeah.
redefined, her
that was
PR
her.
person.
Oh, okay.
No, but it looks like her. Look.
Oh, you said look like her. Oh yeah.
Her PR person.
Yeah, I've seen her before. I don't know what else is.
You thirsty?
Yeah, when y'all, somebody said, is this Skye? I was like, no.
You heard me.
Right,
Right.
Oh yeah, I
Red
did.
laugh.
That was sure. Because he told me today, you know, that you
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Bo Talley hanging out with us today. And of course, Sean J. Harris is in the building today. Hey, did you know that today is the 25th of May, 2018? And you know what that means? It is National what?
Brown Baggage Day. It's observed each year on May 25th. Taking your lunch to work or school is an effective way to save money and to ensure you and your family are eating healthy. So, guess what? Brown bag it.
Hey, we do the brown bag, but it's no longer a brown bag. It's a Kroger bag. You know, the little Kroger plastic bag? I put all my stuff in that little
And a
Kroger
little
bag
Kroger
now.
plastic.
Yeah.
I remember when they did have the brown bags, like the big, super big brown bag. Every time, without fail, we had a field trip. That's where my mom or dad will put my lunch in, and I always
Oh,
was
you had
so.
the big one? You had the little ones?
Can I finish
Oh my
the story?
gosh.
Can I finish the story, Michael? I was always so embarrassed because everybody else either had a lunchbox or the small brown bag. And I was like, can we just buy them, like a pack of them? Because y'all know we gonna go on more than one field trip throughout the school year.
Joy got that big ass bag with a
You know what?
bologna and
You're such a
cheese
hater.
sandwich.
You're such a hater. No, I probably had like some real stuff in there from dinner last night. Trusted, no, it was like some Chinese food.
Who eating kimchi on the bus? You can't throw that, Joy. It's too small.
I just want to know, were you laughing at that head?
No.
I am not Japanese.
No,
I just want y'all to
I was
know.
laughing at the silence.
Good comeback.
It's not Japanese.
I am not Japanese.
I
just
say
want
she
you
was
to-
Japanese.
Yeah, but
She has
kimchi
some
is what
yeah.
people eat that are Japanese.
I'm just, it was a question that the bus driver did ask. Who eating kimchi?
I got your kimchi.
But no.
Shout out to my mom and them brown bags. We definitely saved some money, that's for sure.
But we talk about causes, and yesterday we did the story about 4 in 10 Americans don't have $400 saved up in case of emergency.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the steps to get there is National Brown Bag Day. Because you
Save
think
it.
about it, you know, you usually could go to a fast food joint and spend like $3 and get all of it. But now you're breaking the 10 everywhere you
Easy.
go.
And don't go to
eat
Arby's.
healthy. Don't go to Arby's.
Don't go to Arby's.
And don't eat healthy, because if you attempt to eat healthy, for instance, if sometimes if I have to go out and grab something, I'll get those grilled nuggets from Chick-fil-A and a kale salad. That's still gonna hit you. You're gonna have to break a 20 to get that.
Do you have the app for Chick-fil-A though?
Yes.
I was
Oh
gonna
no, not the Chick-fil-A.
I was gonna
app.
say, if you get the Chick-fil-A app and every time you go to Chick-fil-A, they do reward you with free food. So
Say
you know I know about that. And shout out to retailmenot.com by the way.
If clipping coupons in 2018,
Because I will save me somebody with that.
if clipping coupons had a face in 2018,
It would be
it'd be
mine.
your face. Hey, Sean J. Harris is in the building today with us, and we're talking about leaning forward towards success. And talking about being successful, we talk about how you spend your money and things like that. For you being so disciplined in your time management, how do you manage everything else?
Well, one thing with managing time, I talk about in my book, is where is my money being hidden? That's the big question that a lot of people have to ask themselves. And oftentimes, if you think about buying an expensive cup of coffee, for example, by the end of the week, that's $25.
Bam.
Times 1 month, that's $100 a month. Times a year, it's $1,200. So $1,200 in a year can be used for a lot of things, whether it's investment, critically important to know that the $1,200 is the beginning of a business. So
Say
many times
that.
people say, well, I don't have enough money to start a business, or I just don't have the extra finances. But when we think about it, if you take the same money for a $250 pair of shoes,
That's your
$100 of
look.
that's your LLC.
Right.
And your
Or starting
headshot.
your entity
Yeah.
and a headshot.
You know what state you
Getting
live
the
in.
website. Yeah. So
Right.
one of the biggest things there is to be able
I
to manage the money with the time. Because time and money are both parallel with each other. So once you manage the time aspect, you got to manage the money as well. Because with money, as we said earlier, you don't get to remanufacture that. Well, I'm sorry, with time,
time.
you can remanufacture that. With money, you can. But when you learn how to compound your time, I like to say franchise yourself or duplicate yourself.
There you go.
So,
Hey,
for example, if you have a contract, for example, you're making $50 an hour, why not subcontract that out for $30 and you keep the $20? It's kind of like how McDonald's work. McDonald's, if you're a McDonald's franchisee, you keep 90% of profit, 2% goes back to the corporate office.
Right.
Now, when you look at that, you may say, "Wow, you're only getting 2%." But 2% times 30,000 or 40,000 McDonald's
It
is
worked
a lot
for
of money.
me.
And at that same point, you have your time back.
Yep.
You hit on something. I watched the Ray Kroc story. I think it's a little late last year. It's on Netflix, as a matter of fact. And Ray Kroc, people think that Ray Kroc is the creator of McDonald's.
all.
In actuality, he's not. And when they hired him on, that's what they hired him on to do, was to sell the franchises. Well, they
Not
wanted to test
necessarily.
it. They
Yeah.
wanted to test it, but the McDonald brothers, their vision wasn't that
It was
big. They
too
didn't
small.
see. They tried it and was like, nah, we don't want to mess up the brand. So, nah, we good with our one little store right here. And sometimes with people sometimes are afraid of that next level of success, and they're comfortable being in that rat race. How do we get people out of that rat race?
Exactly. A lot of people operate on the failures. And in the book Leaning Towards Success, I show some techniques that will teach you to move away from your failures or leverage your failures to go ahead and eventually achieve success. Oftentimes people, if they fail at one time, they never try again. It's like a baby. When the baby goes from the crawling stage to the holding onto the coffee table walking stage, the baby's going to fall 1,000,001 times. But if we didn't all fall as a baby, we wouldn't walk today.
and
So-
then there's that.
So you
Yeah,
have
that's
to
pretty
still
good.
be able to get up from the failures, learn from them. Because we don't want to keep repeating the same failures. We just learn from those failures and continue moving forward with it.
And you know, when you think about, a lot of times when you think about books, I was watching a video with David Shan, Sleep is for Suckers, and he said he monetized his failures by putting it in a book because he realized what he failed at, and he also realized what he could do to combat that. And now he's obviously helping other people figure out exactly the same exact thing, so they're not going through and doing it over and over and over again.
Right.
So are we just not educating ourselves enough?
Pretty much. Financial literacy is important. As a matter of fact, I started a company for my son, and he actually has financial flashcards. And it's just like how kids can learn words like car, ball, toy, things like that. They have to learn financial terms. And on one side, you have the actual word. On the opposite side, you have the definition of that word.
Oh,
And
I like
once you
that.
have financial literacy, you now become economically empowered.
I might need to take that
I'm about to
from these
say, hold on.
grown people
Okay.
and
Right,
let them
right.
read that.
Those are flashcards?
Sean J. Harris is in the building. When we come back, we're going to talk more. But did you know, y'all remember little Rachel Dolezal, the black girl who was actually white? She
Yeah, with the
ran the
braids.
former NAACP. Well, she pretended that she was black and only to be unmasked as a white woman back in 2015. Now, guess what she's accused of? She may have a little black in her. Welfare fraud. Donzel, who
Boy, you was
legally changed her name to, I cannot even pronounce it, but she got a new name now in 2016, was charged this week with theft by welfare fraud, perjury, and false verification for public assistance. Now, court documents said that she illegally received $8,747 in food assistance and $100 in child care assistance from August through November 2017. Now, an investigation started back in March of 2017 when a state investigator received information that she had written her own autobiography. It's called in full color, finding my place in a black and white world. Now, documents say that she deposited $84,000 into her bank account without reporting it. So that is what started the whole investigation. And she was still getting that EBT card. She was like, I got that $84,000, but I can still use some assistance.
See, what she, I could have told her what to do with that.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk to Bo Talley. We got some
That's
tickets
what
to
somebody,
give away.
that's what somebody else said.
Baltimore Lupus Spread is in the building, too. Sean J. Harris. It's Michael and Joy in the morning.
Woo, woo.
We got...
Lego.
Okay, y'all. I
Hey,
need y'all
Coach.
to
Hey,
see
Brian. Hey,
he has
Patrice.
financial literacy
I love
cue
these.
cards. Okay, look at this.
And
This
the
says
website is
loan.
daddydidyouknow.com.
I need people to understand what loan means.
Loan.
An
That
amount
means
of
to pay
money
back.
that is given to someone for a
Loan.
period of time
Loan.
with a promise
To pay
that
back.
it will be paid back.
Come through,
That's what loan means. Some of y'all don't understand loan.
Loan.
Y'all think give and don't give it back. Loan, okay?
Daddy
Loan.
Do I need to read that again?
No,
An amount of money that is given to someone for a period of time with the promise
Just a
that
period.
it will
now,
be
just a
paid
period
back.
of time.
Just a period of time.
Exactly.
Not your life.
Loan.
I mean, people I done loaned some money to, and I ain't never seen it back.
Look, Michael will hit me with, let me get.
See? Look, I'm here to
Hey,
God.
let me hold $5.
That ain't a loan.
Yeah,
And
no.
now say,
Let
let
me
me
hold
get.
$5.
That means you ain't
That's
give
not
it
a
back.
loan, it's a friend. Yeah.
You gave it to me.
That ain't a loan.
With no
Right.
construction to it or nothing.
Hey, let me hold $5.
Money paid for work that is hourly, daily, or weekly. What up, Wardell?
I love these cards.
So the website for your son is daddydidyouknow.com.
The website is daddydidyouknow.com. I'm trying to tell
Come on, and
y'all.
how old is your son, and then how old is Kennedy?
Katie is
Y'all need to
7.
get
Kennedy
into
is
y'all
8.
children. This is
So
what
look,
y'all need to be teaching.
his
them.
7-year-old and his 8-year-old already have businesses.
I love it.
Bam.
See, my granddaughter.
Come on,
gonna have a
Daddy, did you
business
know?
too. Look at here. I'm gonna get these daddy.
Daddy, did you know?
Rent. The amount of money that you pay to use a house, apartment, or land. Rent. Y'all understand? I'm
That
renting
you
my-
pay.
to you. You pay.
You can cuss, Bo.
Oh, I'm renting my shit to you. Pay me my money.
Hello.
Rent. Understand loan? Where is it? I need y'all to understand this money.
Loan.
Understand loan
Loan.
and rent.
Please, I need it back.
Because some of y'all don't understand. Again, rent, the amount of money that you pay to use a
Come on.
house,
Come on,
apartment,
Come
or
on now. You
land.
got them choking on coffee. They choking on coffee this morning. Come on now.
People don't understand these powerful words right here.
Man.
Got my blood pressure up. I'm mad.
I'm
Like,
about to say, look, I know
We need
somebody
some of those.
that was renting and turned it into a
man.
Oh, Michael and
And
Joy
if they in there for a while, it's like they squatting and you can't get them
in
out.
the morning.
Here's another one. Trust.
MichaelandJoy.com.
Shout out to Bo
Shout out to
and
Bo.
Ballin' for Lupus Loves LUVS.com.
Hey, the Louisiana teacher, her name is Jen Beeson. She posted her students' response to a question that she asked all of the kids in her class. She said, tell me about an invention that you don't like. Now, one student wrote that they hate their mom's phone and wish the cell phone was never created. Beeson post has since been shared more than 256,000 times on Facebook. And if you go to michaelandjoy.com on Facebook,
Wow.
you'll get an opportunity to read the kid's letter. But he said he wished the cell phone was never invented because his mama is always on
the
it.
phone. I saw something the other day, and it was, a kid was filling in a blank about his mom, and it said, "What is her hair color?" And the kid wrote, "A wig."
Bo Talley is in the building with us. She is learning. She got some financial literacy
She got
going
some
on.
financial
Sean
literacy
J. Harris
flashcards.
is going
Shout
on.
out to daddydidyouknow.com and
So-
the website.
So, Bo, let me ask you: is there a difference between, hey, Bo, loan me $5, or Bo, let me hold $5?
Hell yes.
That one mean you're not getting it back.
Bo Talley, Bowling for
Already.
Lupus is going down. Bo, I gotta say, shout out to your husband as well.
Yes,
For those that
shout
don't
out.
know,
Fred
Fred,
Williams.
Fred was the coach for our Atlanta Dream, and he took us to places that the Atlanta Dream had never been before. But then he took his. I can say it. You want me to say it?
Go for
And
it.
they ain't been back there since Fred was
Hey,
gone.
shout out to you,
So, But now he took his talents over to Dallas, and now he's
Amen.
coaching for the Dallas squad over there. And congratulations to y'all, the Dallas Wings. How much about basketball did you really know before you and Fred?
I mean, I always have known of basketball. My children, I play basketball. My children have always been athletic. They played football, basketball, cheerleading. They've done it since they were 4 years old. So I come from an athletic family. My brothers, everyone like huge in sports, very famous in our community for sports. So I've been attached to athletics and sports all my life. I couldn't get away from it. So when he came into my life, it was
You were like, perfect.
oh well.
Yeah.
My kids, I'm already traveling to college and high school for everything anyway. So, I mean, I'm never going to get away from it. I'm born that way. My children, Fred. So
I was gonna say, and the cute thing was just a second ago when you were reading some of the flashcards, Fred back here sounded like your cheerleader. Talking about stuff. They choking out coffee this morning, baby. I was just saying that because I love the dynamic. You know, when you see two people that are married, that have been married as long as you guys have been married, but you still see the love and the trust and the fact that you guys are working together to make it work. So shout out to you
I
guys.
support him, he support me, and that's just what it's, I sit back like he's sitting back and let him do his thing, and he do the same thing for me, and that's what it's about. You have to have that supporting marriage. And
Yeah.
it ain't
I'm sorry, well
working.
shout out to that
Especially
nugget for
what we
all the
do.
single people in the building.
Well, next time you see Skylar, just let her know that she was a WCW. Then she got married. I think she get married.
She'd still be a WCW.
Nah.
She
It
did,
ain't
but
the
she
same.
still be.
I heard people say the same thing. They was like, Halle Berry used to be at my WCW. Then she went and had kids, and now all I can
What
see
the
is her.
children got to do with it?
Now all I
She
see
making
is
it sexier.
her picking up toys and changing diapers.
And picking up after you and loving you a little more.
Look, I got turned on when I looked at the lineup and it says Skylar Diggins -Smith.
Never mind.
Totally threw me off.
Never mind.
But, congratulations to Fred. Like we miss him here in Atlanta. And this Saturday, Dallas takes on the Dream. So you got 2 games this weekend.
Yeah.
Do you still go to all the games?
I go to all the games. I try to travel when I can. When I'm not doing something, then I will travel with him. But yeah, I'm at all the games.
Congratulations.
Yeah, come on.
Hold it, child. I'm
This
going all that money I spent.
Sunday
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
5th annual Ballin' for Lupus
Yes,
is going
yes,
down.
yes.
We're going to be giving some tickets away, but for those that unfortunately don't win tickets this weekend, how can they find out more about the event and even how can they donate? Bo?
They can go to our website, which is www.balling lupus loves, and loves is spelled LUVS.com.
That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you, Bo. And Bo, when I go to my other little gig after this right here, I have this saying that I've taken to everybody. Cause all the women are always talking about losing weight and doing all that stuff. And what I do is, if I walk by their desk and I see something inappropriate on the desk, remember I sent you that
Oh,
text
yeah,
message?
you
I
did.
leave them a sticky and say, would Bo Talley eat that? That is what I leave them.
Look, probably not.
I had one young lady, she had a bag of M&Ms on her table, and I said, I don't know if Bo Talley would eat that. And she was like, well, who is Bo Talley? So I hooked her to your Instagram page, and she was like,
Yeah, probably
she
not.
probably wouldn't eat that. So that's a new thing around there. I will leave you
Oh,
a
that's so
sticky.
funny. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, so
You
keep
know,
up-
on my cheat day now, I might.
And real quick, how's the family doing? How the kids doing?
The children are grown. I have a huge announcement. I'm about to be a grandmother.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're
that's
having a
exciting.
Yeah, we're having a granddaughter. I'm going to be called Mimi. I don't want to be called Granny or none
Granny.
of that
Granny.
Shout out to
stuff. You will get
Mimi.
killed.
Shout out to
The baby better not
Mimi.
even call me Granny, because I'm going to send her butt right back to her mama. No, I want to be called Mimi. So I'm super excited. It's the first grandchild.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank
And once
you.
again, 5 years and counting. We
Thank
support you here at Power 1089 and at Michael and Joy, of course, because we go
Y'all
way,
so
way,
much.
way
We go
back.
way back.
Hey, Sean J. Harris, before
Yes,
we
sir.
get up out of here today, brother, best advice that you can give entrepreneurs as it pertains to getting out of their own way.
Learn financial literacy, which will give you financial impact and economic power. And a lot of people say, well, I think I have economic power. And I always tell them, if you don't sign your check on the front, you don't have economic power.
Man, for those that want to keep in touch with you, Mr. Sean, how can they do that?
They can reach me at SeanJHarris.com. They can also reach Kennedy at her company at KLOCProducts.com and KadenIsDaddyDidYouKnow.com. I can be found on Facebook at Sean J. Harris Speaks, as well as Instagram at Sean J. Harris, the number 1.
There you go. Hey, Philadelphia teen, he goes by the name of Richard Jenkins. He used to sleep in a homeless shelter and had a nickname of Harvard because bullies they called him Harvard because he was a bookworm, so they was bullying him about that. Well, Jenkins attends Grenard College, which is a boarding school in North Philadelphia, and this year's valedictorian. Well, the 18-year-old found out some great news while in Paris earlier this month on a school trip. He said Wednesday that he was so excited that he threw his cell phone in the middle of a call. Now, what happened was, he said, I set the tabs on my computer for all the Ivy League schools that I had applied to. I checked Penn, I got waitlisted. I checked Yale, and I got denied. He said, in the back of my mind, I'm already thinking, okay, Harvard's going to deny me as well. And then I opened up the tab, and there was a link to a video saying, welcome to the class of 2020. So today, we congratulate Mr. Richard Jenkins going to Harvard School of Law. So shout out to you, Richard, for your persistence and all that good stuff. And shout out to Atlanta Metro College for allowing me to take them damn, what's some classes you don't get credit for?
I don't
the
know.
remedial classes
I don't
that
know.
you got to pay for, and it
I
don't
don't
even
know.
matter. But shout out to y'all.
Well, while we at it, shout out to Hampton University, BM.
Hey, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. There's a reason why you don't have to work on Monday if you are a 9-to-5er. It's because we are celebrating the death of those that served in our United
Amen.
States military. Let's not forget that. Salute a soldier. If you see him in the store, buy him a cup of coffee or their Waffle House, or just walk up to one of them, just kiss him in the mouth. No, don't do that.
No,
They got all these movements going on. I don't want you to get caught up.
Way
But
too many rainbows
happy
out here.
Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Thanks to Bo Talley. We will see you on Saturday and Sunday while you're in the A. And of course, shout out to you, Mr. Sean J. Harris.
Yay.
Keep up the great work. Keep inspiring others. Hey, if you missed any of today's show, it's very simple. What they do?
Just go to our YouTube page, michaelandjoy.com.
Or you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Have an amazing weekend. Be safe out there. And salute a soldier. It's Michael
Salute
and
a
Joy. Wait.
soldier. I thought I told ya. Salute a soldier.
I don't know why my screen went black. Look at this. Well, it's counting down. It's
I
about
was
to go
gonna
on.
say, look, that means we at an hour. Facebook will tell you. I mean, Instagram will
Instagram will
tell
let
you.
you
All right, it's
know.
time for you to go now.
Yes.
All right, guys. Salute a soldier.
Salute a soldier.
You guys
Yes.
have an amazing weekend. If you are in Atlanta and you're interested in going to the basketball game, go to follow Michael and Joy, follow Bo Talley,
Well, you want me to
and
send you the
go
name?
over
Yes.
to
Okay. So I can put 'em on the list.
ballingforlupusloves.com, make a donation,
Okay, quick,
and we will send you, we'll put your name on a list. So let us know. We are Michael and Joy. Send us a DM once you've done all of the 3 things. Have an amazing day from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. I ask the God watch
Hold on,
you,
we'll go
keep you,
outside.
protect you, expand your territory and your capacity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Bye.
And in that order.
And in that order.
I love that she made that up. Everybody say that. And in that order.
Amen.
Okay.
What we doing?
Right here.
Keep signing.
I'm signing it. Oh, I love it. I feel all kinds of famous.
Hey Cyrus, thank you for
You gotta
watching.
sign yours now.
Hey, can I buy?
Yes.
Mine is simple. I just put that
Oh, yeah.
right
Oh, you
here.
can't sign by his wife?
Do by your wife.
Yeah,
She was like, no, slow down, bro. Slow down,
move out
Michael.
your way.
And
Yeah.
then you gonna sign it too, Sean.
Okay.
That's cute. I love
Let me
that.
take my glasses
Y'all
off.
need a red pen. Red would have been a gold.
Oh, gold pen.
Gold pen.
Oh,
I brought my red, my
With our
pure
colors.
gold pen.
oh, I'm still on Instagram. I mean,
There
still
we
on
go.
YouTube.
Oh, I'm still on something too. I'm on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
Can I get a drop from you real quick?
Yes.
Mm.